Hello and gather around the CampFiia, everybody. This is a new podcast from me, Austin, and my very good friend Cole.
Why,
Here.
hello, it's me, Cole Gorducci, as they say. This is something we've been wanting to do for a long time. Just kind of BSing on the internet instead of just BSing in normal life, I would say, is a good wording for that.
Yeah, we've been good friends for a very long time, and I mean almost 10 years now.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
something like that. But we've been talking about doing a podcast for a while, and we've always had this fun idea of calling it the CampFiia because of some goofy jokes we did.
We haven't, so back in Wise, so we'll get into this when we talk how many jobs. We've worked 3 jobs together, by the way, and which we'll get into in this episode. This is an introduction episode. I plan on this not having this super long, as my plan is, obviously you can comment down below whatever you want to do. This is introduction. I'm thinking 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes on this one, but then like an hour on normal episodes. Just because, one, my buddy has work tomorrow early.
Yeah, I do.
And two, we have adult, we're both 9 to 5 like, people here.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, this is the first podcast, and
it is almost midnight.
Yeah, it's almost midnight, and like I've got a regular adult job to do.
And same with me. I work. I'm off tonight's, and yesterday I was off too. So you'll be expecting to see these regularly. We're talking hopefully every week, either Friday or Saturdays. We don't know yet.
We're thinking every week, maybe every once every 2 weeks if we can. It depends, you know.
You're gonna get a couple. You're gonna get at least 2 to 3 episodes a month for sure.
Yeah.
And I would love to keep that going for as long as we want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the CampFiia, the FIA thing was kind of like a good endearment we did. Like when we did something right or cool, like, oh, it's super FIA. And like Christopher Nolan type of thing. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I at this point I don't remember.
I don't either.
I don't remember exactly where it came from, but it was just like we would like look at each other, like bring our hands up to our face,
like a jazz hand type thing.
We'll like reverse jazz hands and slower, but then we were just like it's fire, like and
super hot.
But every time we did it, it was just like it would always make us laugh, and like we just made it our thing in our early friendship, and yeah, we just dragged it onto this, and we figured it was a cool name for this podcast, and you know we kind of like we want to tell stories about our lives or like our interests and stuff, and you know it's kind of like having like everybody gather around our CampFiia, and like you know if you guys want to listen to us and like want to hear more and are interested, like I find it like a kind of our way of expressing a lot of we think interesting or cool things with our
and
lives.
Also too like I'm planning on posting this on several different social media, branch points, and I would love for you guys to comment of maybe ideas. Again, constructive criticism is totally fine, because I would love. This is all. I'm very archaic with this.
Tell me I suck, please. I don't beat around the bush. Like
I hope tell me. Hopefully the audio sounds fine, which we did a test. Sounds just fine. We have one mic here. We're just 2 friends.
One mic, 2 friends. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just we don't know what kind of video that's going to turn out to be. But we just
if you hear some muffling, it's the mic going up my ass. Like,
yeah, I didn't hold it. Just kind of happened. I have foam thing here just for extra protection. I don't know. This is something we want to do, and I want to we just want to do different things and have our. I think we both have a very good chemistry as friends. We can bullshit on each other. We could play off words to each other. We've done very well with it. Like hell, again, we'll get into plenty of stories of us going out.
Oh yeah,
and like, meeting people and just I don't know. I'm
just it was crazy stuff, the stupid shit we've done.
Hell, even like recently, like when I went out and I met those 2 couples and they just gave me those drinks.
Yeah, like
I don't know, man.
This man invited me out, and like and I'm thinking like I got off work, I'm gonna have a couple drinks with this dude, and like he's already got a hell of a buzz going, and he's just like, I had these couples come up to me and they're like, you're real cool, have all these shots, and I'm like, bro, I barely sipped on a beer.
Yeah, let me tell you, like if you are a jolly old fellow like me, which I am, I think I would consider myself jolly as a character. I love, as much as I say I'm an introvert, I do like people interaction. There's times where I need to go out, have a nice little buzz me going to talk to people. Anyway, I'm just sitting there alone, and I love my Hawaiian t-shirts. I almost wore one tonight.
Oh no, dude!
I have one for every day of the week.
Yeah, you see this guy coming in the room, you're just like,
something's gonna happen.
He's either trying to party or solve a fucking crime.
You never know, dude. I might solve both.
He's my personal Magnum PI. I love it.
I am the wingman that you need. Anyway, I just sit there and I just.
Does that make me tattoo, or is that a different show?
That's true. But I was sitting there nonchalant, waiting for Austin to get here. So I probably had 15, 20 minutes to kill, and this was a very strong 15 minutes to kill I was doing. And I was sitting there. It was two couples. One was getting married. I was talking to them. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so nice. You're so cool," And the guy and the man, I was, beautiful couple. Honestly, gorgeous people. And excuse me. And I was sitting there, and let me tell you, they're like, "Dude, you want a shot?" I'm like, "I got $5." She's like, No. I didn't ask that. What do you want?" Me, I have a weird soul and heart, and I just love me some Jaeger straight because
dude, this is the only guy that I know broke out of teenage years that still likes Jaeger. I'm the one that put him on it.
Oh, dude.
And honestly, it sickens me that he's still on it.
I'll drink it straight too. I'll drink it straight. Give me a Red Bull with it. Jaeger. I just love Jaeger. I think it calms my demons inside. Who knows?
So it calms it, fucking probably kills them.
Dude, exterminates some hell divers right there.
I was like, they can't harm you because they're too busy puking.
Dude, it's the funny thing. I never really puked with that. I have not had a puking sensation.
I've puked on.
I bet you have.
Man.
But so anyway, we had a shot. It was a green tea shot, which if you know what that is, it's not a bad shot. It's a little delicious. It's nice, a little strong.
It's like when you have a big group of people and they don't, and no one knows what the hell they want. So it's just like
green tea.
Everyone's just getting green tea.
Basic
shots.
white people shit. It's fun. And so I did that. Cool. Then the other couple come around to me. They did something else. And then this other couple came around.
They grabbed his ass.
Who knows? I didn't watch them cop a feel. But let me tell you. So this other couple comes in. Another cute couple. All smashable. And
would.
But we were bullshitting talking. And I don't know. I was talking, and usually when you do in conversations, you talk. And then they were talking to me. And then I could so they had to leave. They had an Uber driver to go to Telus, which is a very hoppin' bar in Lancaster, and they got brand new just from the bar 2 cranberry vodkas, strong. Where the bar we go to, they make them good. I think they do a really good job with their mixtures, and they just gave them to me. And myself, I'm like, do I want to wait till Austin gets here or just down them right there? And
I'll cut to the end of that story. He fucking downed him.
Dude. I downed him, and I almost hurled a little bit because it got me. And I sat there. I got a little dizzy. I'm like, all right, Nelly. I have a very high tolerance with alcohol. I'm one I can stick around and party for a while. But let me tell you, I was feeling good.
Oh yeah.
And Austin's tired. Just getting off work, and I'm just like, yo, buddy, my
dude's on cloud nine. I'm just like give me 1 second to order a drink, and I'm all in the vibes.
Yeah, we had another. Anyway, that's just how we are. We're very much someone that we can. Hell, there's times the longest we probably never talked to each other was probably almost a year.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was almost 2.
Oh yeah, it was almost 2. Because I forgot what happened. I think it was life.
Well, because it was just we met. I was 19.
I was just out of high school.
Well, because you're just out of high school. We met at Wise Markets.
Yes, good old grocery store. Night shift.
We were working night shift. We were stocking shelves and shit. But yeah, no, I was 19. I had just dropped out of college. Because I went for a year and I was like, this shit sucks, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. But yeah, he was fresh out of high school and stuff, and he very much likes to inform people I am his first adult friend.
I think it's a big deal.
He made in the wild.
I think it's cool.
Well, I
can't say that more often.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying that's it's I'm his first Pokemon or something.
Basically, you're my first adult friend. It's just a weird. It's a weird title I have. Not for him. It's just it's cool.
I'm not even a starter. I'm like the Pidgey he found on the starting pad.
You're that little Starly I found. Now you're a Staraptor. You're in full force here.
But yeah, no, we met way back then, and yeah, just younger dudes and stuff. Life happens. like not grow apart in the sense of like relationship wise, but just going different ways with stuff. And obviously, I mean, we fucking didn't work at Wise Markets from then to now. I mean, I'll tell you, dude, I don't know how sad I'd be if I was working on my decade of working at Wise Markets.
I would. Oh yeah, there was people there that did work there for a decade. And they looked very miserable.
Yeah, I was miserable after like a year.
That's what's going on. I was there for I was there for about a year. You were there for about a year as well.
Yeah.
I started probably 2-3 months before you did. Some shit like that. Something had changed. And he actually was one of the big persons that got me into anime.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anime, there's all types,
All types.
All types. You can go into the weird realm or the normal realm. This was kind of a weird one. But we both fell in love with them, which is High School DxD.
Yeah.
High School DxD
It's a very horny show.
It's called an ichi, they want to call it, or whatever they call it. I think it's an ichi type, which means...
Dude, that was the first time I realized that, like, outside of hentai, like, there was just animes that had boobies in it.
It's cool.
I was like, cool.
And there's action. There's actually good action
dude, the story's fantastic.
It's funny. It's really goofy anime, but it's called High School DxD. There's like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I really recommend watching it. If you're not, it's a good, at least in my opinion,
it's a great story. It's a good fighting show, but at the same time, like if you're not into like gratuitous like I guess nudity or whatever, or like I guess like maybe like like not low key, but like goofier humor or anything. Good, but it's maybe not for you. But I don't know if you're just like casually like. Oh, you know what? I've thought about watching this show. I recommend it personally. I mean, I told him the same thing way back when, and here he is, just about as much of a weeb as I am. I mean, shit. I had a fucking milestone the other day. Finally got past 1,000 episodes on One Piece.
Oh, you're fucking nerd.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a time where like I hated anime.
I can't believe you actually did that.
No, dude. There's a time where I genuinely hated anime. I thought it was like goofy. I thought it was for nerds. Like whatever. I was a straight hater, but actually, fucking the anime that really like got me into anime. Not gonna believe this shit. Ouran High School Host Club.
Really,
dude, that show's awesome.
Like, I never watched it.
No, dude, like it's a reverse harem show.
So the chick is
the chick is like the one that like the guys are like after. Or whatever.
See, you don't see a lot of that,
but like. I mean, it's not like crazy. It's not like ecchi like High School DxD, for example. But like, it's like the genuine like connection.
Slice of life.
Well, it's like the genuine connection that like the main character makes with like all these like guys that like are in her like private school or whatever. And it's like it's like funny. It's nice. It's got a decent story and stuff. But yeah, like funny enough, that was the one. I mean, like I watched like Dragon Ball Z and shit like that. But I mean, like as a young man. Watching that, I was just like, it's not anime, it's just a really badass cartoon. But of course it's anime. Like, But you make excuses for yourself. But, especially when you're younger. But, yeah, no, I realize the error of my ways. Anime is dope as fuck. But
absolutely. Yeah. I started on, when I was younger, I still do, as a 27-year-old man, I love Pokemon. And Pokemon anime was a huge thing for me growing up. And Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, Bakugan, like I've always loved.
Dude, Bakugan was the shit.
It is, and it's so underappreciated. Like I love card-based or like game-focused animes. I think they're really dumb because.
Do you remember Zatch Bell? Zatch Bell was like such a.
I knew Zatch Bell.
It was like the puppets one or whatever. Dude,
weird.
I was just like, this is like puppet like. Pokemon kind of.
It is. It's weird. It's funny too when you see these like animes with like Yu-Gi-Oh. There's literally schools and cities that are based off of like card games.
Yeah.
Like there's academies for like my son's 12 years old. I gotta take him to school. Let's take him to this Yu-Gi-Oh Academy. It's like no, I want him to go to like Harvard or shit.
I mean, clown college exists. I mean, like.
Oh yeah, sure. There's clown college.
I mean, that's a legitimate thing. I mean, maybe it's just time to duel. Like,
I'd rather just duel. I'd rather do that than fucking be a goddamn clown. I'd rather get one over.
I guess, yeah. I mean, at the very least, you get to the sense of the shadow realm, and it's not your problem anymore.
There's probably a shadow realm when you go be a clown.
Yeah, it's called becoming the Joker.
That's it. Or maybe when you find out she's like really crazy, and then she just takes you out at night. It kind of smothers you.
Oh, dude, fucking
with a pillow, not.
What a way to go either way.
If there's thighs or no thighs, I'm cool with it.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. I'm not above going out with some clussy,
No, dude, I would be a woman's lawn chair if I really wanted to. I hope one day if I can reincarnate into something for like a day.
It's just
a lawn chair at like a really nice resort. Let me just sit there in the bathing sun.
Dude, I can't wait for. Like, I can't wait for some billionaire, fat, like sweaty dude, fucking just plop his big old ass.
I would not
juicy ass all over you.
Oh god, I would probably cry. But you know what? I'm a chair, so I can't. I don't have emotions. But what I was saying, it's. But yeah, we were friends and wise. So that was about a year. Let me tell you, him and I, you're one of the only people that can understand this. Where we've done a lot of shit. We've done a lot of different trades, different jobs. I say I have more than you. I've definitely flip flopped way more than you.
Well, I mean, I was always steady with like factories and like warehouse shit.
I don't know what steady is in my life now that, which I'll get into. I've been, now on this, safe track here. Excuse me. So we're wise.
Yeah.
I can't. I know where I was. I was in a movie. Then after that, I used to work in a movie theater. Mm-hmm. I was there for about a year. I did.
They closed down or something.
Yeah, Kendig. Yeah, so Kendig it's the same little strip mall as Wise, where the Wise if you want to know, it's in Willow Street, PA. Yeah. But
so when we get famous, be sure to check out the Wise Market.
Wise at Kendig Square, please do. Yo, these guys were there.
They used to wear those stupid fucking red shirts.
Red shirts, dude. You know what? They were kind of dry cooled.
Yeah.
No tit sweat.
We had those blue ones too that were long sleeve.
Yep. Yeah, they were comfy.
It looked so dapper.
We looked dapper. Yeah. I like when I went outside and smoked a little bowl before I walked in. So that's the only thing I can really enjoy it. But anyway.
Dude, I like before I worked there, I banged my one girlfriend in the ice cream
aisle. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember that.
Yeah, I was like shit faced at like 2 a.m. and like because they were like renovating. They're renovating the store, so like and I was just drunk with like my ex.
She was crazy.
She was crazy, but we're just in Wise and we're getting ice cream, like we're legit doing it. But
was it Rocky Road?
We're just. Cookies and cream.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh man, I knew you were gonna do that.
But I mean, what? Fucking like a mint?
I hope not.
No. Oh yeah, same.
Tastes like Copenhagen.
I don't know why this smells like Gucci.
It's
Guilty,
just long cut.
This ice cream tastes like Gucci Guilty. I'm not loving it.
No blue bunny here.
Yeah,
that's a white bunny.
Jesus Christ. I'm not black, by the way.
No, we're both Caucasian males.
Yes, I am a white. Yeah, if we need a profile.
I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, but
they're fine.
Well, you said the bunny thing. I'm just like, it's like, no, I'm not.
I know it just sounded funny.
Yeah, no, you're good. But yeah, like literally, it was just like they're renovating the whole store, but in the ice cream aisle, they also just happened to have like the cameras out and shit at the time. And it was like maybe a month or two before I worked there, and I was like railing my girlfriend in the ice cream aisle.
It'd be
good
like
times,
that.
Good times.
Good times. We were there during when it had beer in there. I do remember that.
Yeah, like that transition. Like, well, I mean, that was like when more like even like Sheets and like Reddit,
so the more you know, we live in Pennsylvania. We're in a state, PA as we're gonna call it, and
goddamn, dude, you gonna give them our socials? Like,
no, I'm just saying. If you guys are from South or anything, like you gotta understand, PA is such a dry state.
Oh yeah, dude.
But get this shit. We are a dry state. We're probably one of the driest states in all of America, but we also have the most microbreweries in all of
the
United States.
You couldn't fucking walk into like a city like
without 2-3 microbreweries.
Like I mean, and we don't have that many big cities. We got Pittsburgh, we got Philly, we got fucking
Harrisburg, Lancaster.
Like Lancaster is not a big.
It's not.
City.
We're smaller than Altoona.
It's not a big city. No, but we're the 4th largest city in PA.
Are we?
Yeah, Lancaster City, and like by the way, we live in Lancaster, by the way. But
we're bigger than Altoona.
Yeah, we're bigger than Altoona.
And Reading.
Yeah, Lancaster is the 4th largest city in PA,
and
we're not that big of a city.
No, we are. You can walk it.
Like Harrisburg's not that big, and that's our fucking capital.
I hate Harrisburg. Let me just say this right now. We have the worst fucking capital in all the states. If you go to Crown Chicken, they sell you T-shirts. Don't go there. Let me tell you that right now. I wouldn't trust that chicken.
Dude, I mean, there's not much in Harrisburg I trust, period.
No, there's Allison Hill. That's where you get drugs. Anyway. So,
that's where you get drugs.
Yeah, that's where it's called Allison Hill. So, yeah. I've done a lot of jobs. I've done movie theater after Wise. Then I worked in a private company where I pick up clothes and donation bins all through Maryland, Delaware, and Southern PA for donate. I was in a box truck, just picking up clothes. I've done that. I worked at this one place in Intercourse, PA, which was like this. For like 3 days I worked there. I've done a lot of jobs, but the 3 jobs we worked together. So after a long while through this, we discovered Dart, which you worked there before I did.
Yeah, because
I was looking for a job.
We started with Dart Container, which is out in like Leola, which is a really big like foam like cup and like plate and like all that like single use items. Like they make paper plates.
Yeah. Like if you are usually at most companies you go to and you have a foam cup, it's probably from Dart.
Well, they produce solo cups too.
Yep, we are. It's a huge. We're one. It's huge. There's like 18 different buildings.
It's actually like over 20. But
wow.
But yeah, they're like one of the biggest like foam if not the biggest foam manufacturer in at least the Northeast. Like they're immense, and
so
they're totally self-reliant too. I mean, outside of like they have to outsource for the cardboard boxes they use to ship out their product. They are completely within company,
which is smart. It was a not too bad company to work for. So this was around.
I mean, I was there for like 2.5 years.
Yeah, you were there longer than me. I was there for a year and a half. You were there for another year after me. So you started there like 6 months before I did. This was around 2018, 2019 because we were there during COVID when COVID started.
Actually, I was working there right before COVID hit.
I was there during COVID.
I made the transition.
I forgot you did that.
I made the transition from like working there normal and then like us going through the whole COVID procedures because like we were a necessary
we were
because
we were frontline workers basically.
Well, because fucking
hospitals.
Well, because single use cups, items, plates, all that shit. Like that was their excuse for that. I mean, like it was probably good, but at the same time, I was like, man, this job this job sucks.
We both worked at different. So there's different buildings for different uses. So he was in building 1, which was North Cup. Which is the first building, the original building that was there. I was on building 6, which is South Cup. So we're both doing the same job. I would even go to your building sometimes to help you guys out because I just I'm just a kick-ass worker, I guess. But I was actually really.
We just need big, handsome men to come up to
our
warehouse.
You need a brick shit house to come in and do some job. Yeah. I actually thrived in that job. I liked that job actually.
I was good at that.
It was night shift. We did 12. It was 12 to 8. And that's when I really found out I love night shift, which again I currently still do night shift.
I'm a night person for sure.
This is when I usually am up. Like I'd be, I was around. Let me think about this. I was raw. So this was 2019, 2020. I was about 22. 22 was when I was working at Dart. We became there, and then I had a really major surgery, during this time. So I had a weird. So when you're born, guys. There's a gland in between your umbilical cord that will stay with you when you're born. Do you know about this?
What?
My surgery I got?
No, I mean, like, I don't think you've ever gone into detail about it.
Oh, really? Okay, so this was early 2020. So this was like right after when COVID started. So yeah, I had there was like a little bump in my belly button. I'm not gonna get too gross with it, but it was like a bump, like it looked like a cyst in my belly button, and I'm like, this is not healthy. So I went to the doctors, and this is a 1 in a million chance. So 1 million chance that there's a gland that you have when you are born from your umbilical cord that stays with you, and there's a 1 in a million chance that actually it gets infected. So what happened was it turned to a cyst, all that fun stuff, and it got real bad that it was like about to burst, and if it would burst, it would actually go in my intestines. And I wouldn't say die from it, but I would be in a lot. It would not be good. I would basically have a hole from my stomach to my intestines. And so I had a surgery where they got it out. But then when I was sleeping the one night, my stitches opened up. So it got infected. So I had to get another surgery to clean out the infection. And let me tell you, that was the first time I ever went under. I never went under in anesthesia. That was the first time I ever had major surgery like that. And that scared me. I was terrified because you're going counting back from 10, 9, 8, and fucking you're out.
Yeah, dude, I've like always like. I mean, I've never had like a surgery. Like, I mean, I've had like stitches. Like I've gotten like fucked up real bad. But like, I mean, hell, I don't think I've even had like a broken bone. But like,
I never had a broken bone either.
But like never had to have a surgery. But I've always been like, man, I really fucking hope I don't have to because like I would say it's not something I think about constantly, but a genuine fear is just like I'm one of those people where I'm just like, you know, like that one older movie. It was like the horror thing where it's like you go under, but like you're just paralyzed and you're awake the whole time. You can feel
Well,
everything.
the thing is,
so I'm just like that's gonna be my ass.
The thing is, they make so much money. If you work with anesthesia, you're making over $200K.
Oh yeah, well, dude, your whole job is just like make sure this motherfucker's out.
Yeah, because you can give them too much, you can kill someone easily.
Oh, you can kill someone, but on top of that, like if you don't put someone out and they wake up mid surgery, like they could sue the fuck out of the hospital.
So it was scary, but I came back, so I couldn't lift more than like 20 pounds for like a month. So literally, I was doing lids for a month straight, which all I did was standing at this little corner and there's hot lids coming out. I just sort them out and put them in sleeves. Dude, like the job we had at Dart was boring. You're literally standing in one area and you're waiting for waiting for cups to go through. Either by if it needed ink, it'll go through this printer. If not, it'll go through like these little sorting areas. It'll go through these sleeves. And then
your whole job is basically make sure the machines work right because they do it all automatically essentially. Like your only job was to like clean up the floors if it got messy, fucking unjam the shit if it got fucked up. And like sometimes those machines just because this is like a 50-60-year-old company and like a lot of these machines are original machines and shit. So like we're talking like old ass machines that we basically have to maintain and hope they work properly. And like yeah, I mean, like, part of it was sanitation, too, like, making sure they weren't dirty and, like, you know, coming out, like, correctly, weren't brittle, weren't, like, fucked up. But it's like, yeah, your whole job was just, like, quality assurance, essentially. Like, just, like, make sure it comes out right and, you know, like, the lightest of maintenance. But even so, like, we had actual maintenance guys where, like, if these machines, like, went down type stuff. But, yeah, it was just a boring job. Just really
but it
boring.
paid the bills. It wasn't bad money at the time.
Like for what they paid us at the time, like it was
16, 17, I think. And
I started at 16. They actually bumped me up to like just under like 1750 pretty quickly,
yeah.
which wasn't bad. But
before COVID,
but I was at that like even during COVID, that's what I was making. But like by the time I quit, I heard they're like hiring again because they're always hiring.
Oh, bro, $21 an hour.
Dude, $21 an
for
hour
for IPs.
Yeah, that for the shit we were doing.
we were Inspector Packers.
So mind you though. They have a hell of a turnover because it's so mindless. Like
it's a very mindless job.
Yeah,
and
the fact I did it for 2 years, I kind of applaud myself. Like
I'm proud of you.
That was some mind-numbing shit.
My longest career was still Amazon because I was a supervisor there, which I'm gonna get to next. So again, I just had a weird. Again, I never went to college. I never went to college. I just had a weird time of establishing myself in a company. I was scared to, I guess. It was weird. It doesn't make sense to me, but like I would be scared to stay in a company for a long time. I still have this issue, which I'm hoping to break the cycle with this new job, which I really do enjoy. But so then I found a job. It was I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I used to work at a brewery, which was before Dart. But then so Dart, I left around 2021. I left like beginning of 2021, and I left to become. I lied.
A star.
Oh yes, no. Fallen star. Yeah, Bucky Larson, born to be a star.
I'm born to be a star. I want to be on
terrible
silver screen.
Oh, I would love to see.
I fucking love that.
Bucky
movie.
Larson, born with Nick Swartzen.
That movie is fucking so bad.
It's so bad but good. Anyway,
it's so good. Yeah, off topic.
Yeah, whatever. You know, welcome to our podcast here. Where I'm having this casual, but anyway, it was around. I lied. It was summertime of 2021 is when I started Amazon, and it was money. That to me, this was starting at $19.50 an hour. You're like, okay, this is pretty good, and I loved it instantly. This part might get a little different because I'm going to explain myself here. So basically, this was around there, around June, July, something like that of 2021. That's when I started Amazon, and this was the cycle that started my addiction because the more you know about me, I'm an ex-addict. I've been clean for almost 4 months. So not super long, but it's still a heroic deed for me. It's
hey man, fucking like honestly, like every month that's better and better. Like,
the date my mom told me, my mom used to be an addict as well for many years, and she told me that your clean date is one of the most important dates for you. So always keep that clean date. My clean date is December of December 29th of 2023 is my clean date, and I will always remember this clean date. But anyway, back to the story. So this was before this all happened. So I was working at Amazon, working busy, making money. I was making money. I got my first car.
Amazon paid us well.
I will say Amazon gives you money. You can make your money every week. Paychecks. You're making like $600, $700 a week. It's all right. You're chilling. And I paid my dad
with bonuses and shit.
Oh yeah, like bonuses. So if you're a good driver,
you're making like maybe $1,500 like a week if you're like getting bonuses every week.
Oh yeah, we're making money during the holiday times.
At least when we first started, because like that shit started getting like part of what made Amazon shitty down the line was they're just like every time they're like, oh, like our workers are doing well or like like passing whatever bar we set for them to like
give them more
get their bonuses and stuff. They just made it harder and harder to a point where it's just impossible to get that bonus anymore. It's like they're just like, fuck these guys. We pay them like $20, good enough.
Yeah, exactly. But this was Austin. I forgot when you joined. This was like probably what.
I was telling you that I was getting sick of Dart because you left before I did.
Yeah,
and I was telling you I was getting sick of Dart, but yeah, you were like, oh man, I've with this really cool company
because it was cool.
Well, because we didn't work directly for Amazon technically. It was like a
DSP.
It was a DSP or a contractor, whatever. They have their own like fleet of vans and shit, but like they contract with Amazon to distribute from their centers. Or whatever.
We would go to the Amazon center near us, and we would pick up the packages and go from there.
But basically, Cole linked me up with the guy that ran the place, a guy named Mike. Actually, a really cool guy.
Honestly, to God, I do mean it. He's a genuinely good dude.
A genuinely good dude. Like, I mean, like honestly, nothing against the guy. He was a cool boss, and he was really lax about a lot of shit with a lot of people. Like, he didn't want no problems. He just wanted the business to run good, and like
And if you show up and you do a good job, you're treated like royalty over there.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. But so I mean, like I doubt this will make it out to him. But like, hey, shout out to Mike Roberts, love you, buddy.
I hope the best for you. I know you're not doing Amazon anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say whatever venture you're on now, man. Like we have respect for you still.
Like. I will get to this later too. I've actually came back to that company. I worked with Amazon 2 times because I worked at the job before where I was working at Donley, LSE Communication, basically where my dad used to work. And I was not making that much money, and I came back to them. But again, so the road to where my downfall, I would say, is me as a person, I guess, or just I picked up a new habit was, so like 6-7 months in, it was around January of 2022, and Mike was saying that he had to drug test our workers, which again, the only thing I did at the time was I used to smoke weed. I'd like smoking weed here and there. This was before I was on medication, which honestly, I barely smoke weed now as it is. So I wouldn't really give a shit if I was mentally okay, stable. But I wasn't at the time. I was just trying to smoke weed to be okay, to feel something. So my mind was like, oh, I'm going to complete opposite with it too. Instead of going with downers, uppers, like, cocaine, methamphetamine, that was my choice was methamphetamine, gets out of your system in not a lot of time. You're like 3-4 days, you can do a binger, bam, it'll be out of your system. So I wasn't worried about that. And I became like a supervisor there. So I was basically supervisor lead, whatever you want to call it. I was a night, so people would come to me, they needed help during night times, and I had a lot on my plate. And I unfortunately developed this new habit of doing, which is so weird to say, but just doing meth. I would snort meth. Oh my God. I knew it would connect, and I would do it once in a blue moon, about like a 40 bag, and once in a while, but then it turned to every week, and then it turned to every day, where I would, there was times where I'm going to work at Amazon, I would be up 4 days, and either people knew or not knew, and I would just hide this, and this was the downfall of myself, and this was not the downfall of our friendship, we were fine.
Yeah, we're always good.
We've always been close, it's just I became distant with everyone for a long time. But then, when Austin aboard, we had a fun time. We worked together. Yeah. All that shit.
That was when Amazon was still like on the up and
this
up.
Is so Amazon before
like when it not the up and up like as the company as a whole, but like when it was still good. Like,
because
when we enjoyed our job though.
Because back then we were 8-hour shifts instead of 10-hour shifts. Yeah. So the norm of Amazon, I believe everywhere else is 10-hour work days, but before we were still 8. So we would only have like maybe max like 130, 140 stops.
Yeah, which is nothing.
It's
like,
nothing.
Like,
it's
yeah.
nothing. And
It's nothing. I mean, you could rock that shit out in like
6 hours.
Like 6 hours, maybe 5 if you got a
Yeah.
good route, like whatever. But the whole idea was like we had these like kind of quick, clean days, but we'd still get paid a full 40-hour check because that was part of like the driving safe and efficiently shit, and like getting our bonuses by the end of the week, which was totally fucking fine. It was cool. Like we were killing it money wise. We barely had to work. We had time to ourselves and stuff. It was a great.
We got fucked up. We went out drinking.
Dude, we would drink like motherfuckers. We would go into work hungover and
we did.
still busted out.
So I was like around 22, 23, and don't get me wrong. Even at Dart, we used to go to a bar after work.
Oh yeah.
We used to go to a bar, get breakfast.
We would go to Q's.
Shit, shout out to Q's. Yeah. Still, Angie's still there.
Dude, yeah, dude.
I saw her not so long ago.
But dude, honestly, like breakfast at Q's is some of the best.
Because grabbing a beer after work in the morning
at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. is sick.
Eat some pancakes or some shit.
It's great. It just, but we've always had this. We just always vibe with each other, and we just But yeah, we party a lot. We party a lot during Amazon because we had money.
We had money and we had time on our hands.
Yeah, we definitely did our fair share of fun things together. I'm not gonna get into that. But, that's our information to keep. But it's just...
it's because we banged.
No. It's just... No. Our nose just hurts a lot. Our nose hurt a lot. Let me tell you that. Let me just sprinkle a little bit of foreshadowing. So, yeah, dude. So that kind of... Unfortunately with me, I turned into an addict, which I didn't even think I was. I was so... I didn't think I was. I was like, it's just a thing I did here and there. But then, like... So I was with the company for a while. I was with the company for almost about 2 years altogether. So I went back. So I went back and forth different jobs. I'm not going to list all the jobs I've done because I've done way too many. But then, so now I'm going to fast forward here to present-ish time. So late last year, I wasn't myself. I was very distant with myself, even with Austin. I wasn't like hell. There was a time we didn't talk for like 6 months.
Yeah, and like I mean,
it wasn't also just because of this. It was also just life.
Well, it wasn't so much like we would go so long. It would be more like go so long without actually seeing each other. Like we'd text here and there.
We bullshit with memes and shit.
Yeah,
but
exactly. And it's like, and usually it's like I just knew that, unfortunately, and with Cole, it's just sometimes when he got into like a more depressed or like
episode. I would go through episodes
like a withdrawal thing and stuff, and like kind of his thing was to like kind of like take a step back and stuff, and it's like as much as I like didn't like that, it's like like he's still his own man, and it's like but I was like hey he's still keeping in contact with me. I'm checking in on him because like he's still my boy.
Oh dude, this guy right here, I am not. This is a brother that I never had. For sure. And that's why I say a lot. This is a friend I've known since not from high school. I've developed a friendship with someone who my mind's already developed and everything, which I think is different than you meet someone at like say 14 and you're still friends. Granted, like I have a friend who, shout out to my boy Seth Grove. He's one of my closest friends, and I would even say Eric Cotter. Them two right there are one of my two closest friends, just of years of knowing them. But with Austin, we've just been friends for so many years. When I've already been developed of us being adulting, when we both became 21, we went out for our first time. Like that's a big thing for us.
Yeah, that was a big thing for because I was 21 for a bit and I'd already been out a couple times. But as soon as you turned 21, it's just like we going out.
So like, I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like 6 months before you. Mm-hmm. I'm in February. Yeah, so anyway, or
after rather, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm 6 months after you. So we're not. So you're like a grade ahead of me, basically, if you want to go with that standpoint. So we're not much different in age, but
we're not so different, you and I.
No, we're not. But this guy right here would always make sure I'm okay. Which there's times where I blew him off. I'm not just him, but everyone. I became very distant. I became very. I was so ashamed of myself of who I was that I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone, which I know may sound silly to the average viewer, whatever average person, but when you're in that zone,
shout out to those that don't have depression.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't have depression. We don't have these depression. When you're adding these uppers to your mind, it kills it adds more to it. And I was addicting. I was been battling this for about 4 years. roughly. It's been about 4. Yeah, it was a 4-year battle I have had with this, and I never want to go back to it. And so basically, recently, what I was going to go back to. So I work for a company. Cool guys, Kayla's, you guys great. I'm going to just get into that. I'm very happy to work with them. And so near the end of last year, I was getting really bad. So I lost a good friend of mine in December, early December. He killed himself, and he was a good friend of mine. I moved out with him for a little bit after high school, and I've known him for a long time. And he unfortunately committed suicide, and it hurt me a lot more than I thought it would, and I got really depressed real quick, which everyone has if they lose a friend for sure. But I unfortunately needed to feel something, needed to not go back to the sadness that I had. So I went with drugs again. I relapsed to my drug of choice, which was methamphetamine. I've always preferred uppers. I partied a lot. I've done a lot of cocaine, fucking, and unfortunately, cocaine is just really expensive. But methamphetamine is, fucking, it's like a tub shit. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't do it. It's not fucking good. It's not. You think you're gonna have a fun time when you do a line, then you realize this is dumb. This is dumb, and then you get in your head, you get really depressed. But basically, I relapsed really bad, and then I ran out of money. So another thing I don't really talk too much. So past like 2 years, I would say I formed a really bad gambling habit from using. For some reason, when I was using, my mind was like, let's make money. I don't know. My mind, it was different. And I don't know. I don't know why I did it for so long. I was on BetMGM, DraftKings. My ADD ass fucking love colorful fucking slots with bright colors and loud noises. And it fucks me up. Even to this day, I don't gamble anymore, but like commercials, these football commercials with this shit on all the time. Or like basketball parlays, and it gets to me. But back to that. So unfortunately, not to get a little depressing here, it's all good now. I'm okay with admitting it. So on the 2nd of January, I tried to commit suicide. I tried to take my own life away because of just withdrawal, depression. I had no money. I couldn't. It was a combination of a whole bunch of things, and I knew I was down bad. And I didn't know what option I had. And so somehow I pulled the gun out of my mouth and I'm like, you know what? And I just sat there and cried. I cried because I'm like, you know what? I knew I'm going to have friends that are going to really miss me. Including my good friend here.
Dude, fucking, like, honestly, like, I mean, because we hadn't talked for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, the last time we talked, it was actually Cole telling me that his friend had committed suicide and stuff. And, like, I mean, I've had people close to me like pass away and stuff, and like like not just like family members of old age or anything. Like I mean, I've had people pass well beyond like or well before when they should have, and I know like in situations like that, there's not a lot you can say, and like and can you believe it? Hey, I'm sorry. It doesn't really cut it.
It doesn't. It's
but so for that situation, it was just like, hey, bud. Like I mean, like honestly, the only thing you can really do is like
accept.
It's like you have to give your sympathies, but it's like the people that you care about. Like I mean, they're going through a hard time. Like they kind of just have to feel those feelings, Like I mean, you got to be like, hey, like this is gonna hurt like a bitch, but you got to just take it all, like accept it all, and like. Like not get past it, but like like accept your feelings and shit. But yeah, it was just that was the last time I talked to Cole in that time, and like I said, like we've had these things where it's like even if I didn't see him for a long time, it was like
instant.
It was always like hey, I'll text him at least, and see if he's doing okay. Like just if I could get a text from him or like maybe a meme, like joking around, some shit like that. Like that's that was for me. That was like, okay, like he's safe, he's good, like he's like, he's it like, still in a point where he's like backed off a little bit. But I was like, hey, you know what, like, my boy, like he's still here, he's still good, or maybe not good, but here. And it was just around that time I was like, man, it's been a long time, like weirdly long for even us.
It was like, so that was beginning of like December.
That was like ass end of November.
It was right after Thanksgiving. Basically, because we were supposed to actually do this podcast a lot sooner.
Yeah,
guys.
literally, the last time we talked was like him telling me about his friend, and like we were just like, it's like, I'll see you next week to do this very podcast.
And then bam, I kind of went quiet.
And like, I mean, like, I'm not kidding. Like practically ghosted.
I feel very bad for doing it, but yes, I ghosted everyone.
But
it fucked me up.
But yeah, it was just a long period of time before I heard back from him, and like longer than usual. And I sent texts and I was like, "Hey, buddy, hope you're doing okay. Like, miss you, all shit." Like, and like it wasn't until like
it was early February.
Like, I just like, I mean, it was
right after my birthday.
It was right before I went to work. Like, literally right before.
That's right. It was right before you went to work.
Because my phone was ringing, and usually I'd like, if my phone rings before my alarm, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck who's calling me. But I saw it was Cole's in my phone as my baby boy. But so I was like, oh, my baby boy is calling. So I picked it up, of course. And it was just him letting me know about everything he just told you guys about. And I was just like, and it struck me like fucking lightning. I was just like, shit, man. I'm fucking, for me, it's just, I really wish I was there more for him, but at the same time, it's like, what could I do, Like,
sometimes you got to go through your own battles by yourself.
Yeah.
And so the call, right? So basically, after I tried commit, the day after, I had my dad's ex / friend take me to the ER. My dad and I, we had a really big fight, and it was one of the worst fights we ever had. Just nothing physical, of course. We never had anything physical, but just yelling and just a lot of badness. It was bad. And so I got taken to the ER that night. I called off work and I'm like, hey, I need to figure out what's wrong with me. I just tried doing this, that, and a third. They were totally okay with it, which I'm still with the company, and I am very thankful for who I work for. I am very happy I work for this company, that they actually care about me. So I went to the ER, and then they took me to the psych ward in Lancaster Behavioral Hospital, whatever it's called. I never felt so scared in my life, because I know I'm kind of, I was fucked up in the head, but not like that fucked up.
Yeah.
So the first unit they put me in was 300, and let me tell you, that was for the just males. And I felt fucking like a genius around everyone. Like, everyone was fucked up. Everyone was traumatically fucked up.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for all those souls. I mean it. I hope they find peace. But they realized I wasn't that fucked up. So they put me in a co-ed that same day. So I was there. So then I went to 400 unit. So I met great people. I met terrifying people. I met people pissing themselves in front of me, telling me about the gospel. I will tell you this right now. My 9 days at the psych ward was a lot scarier than my 30 days of rehab. So I was in psych ward for, as I just said, 9 days, and they recommended me going to rehab. I called my work and say, hey, well, I still have my position. They said, well, we'll just tell you right now, just go to rehab and we'll figure it out. So I did. I accepted the rehab program, which was 2.5 hours away from here in Altoona, which Altoona's like, it's between going to Pittsburgh area. Like, it's the boonies. There's nothing except just nothing.
That's just PA though, man. Like, if it's not a city center, it's fucking nothing. It's trees and hicks. Like that's.
We got mountains, more trees. There's some farm down south is more farmland.
Oh, we got south side is like more farmland. We got more good old boys on the
rural.
Some rural fellas.
Some good old rural fellas.
I'll tell you one thing or two. Them fellas definitely voted for good old Donnie Trump.
Oh, absolutely. we are very. It's funny because Lancaster, in different parts, is very liberal, but also very conservative.
Like, the city itself is very liberal, but we also have, like, we got that old money.
We have a Republican center here.
Actually, they just shut it down. It's like a salon now.
No,
some shit.
wait, really?
Yeah, I'm not fucking kidding.
By the clock towers.
Yeah, by that school.
No shit.
Yeah.
I figured
it's
much.
It's not even there anymore.
All right, well,
but which is funny as shit. But,
so yeah,
I mean, like, that being said, like, we're not like liberals either.
No, we're very.
We're fucking.
I'm just gonna say this right now.
I'd say moderate, independent, whatever. Like,
we're both independent here. But I'm very middle sense.
But yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I like fucking. I'm not with conservatives. I'm not with fucking liberals.
I hate extremists on both sides. Yeah. Let me just say this right now.
It's like we're not going to be a political podcast either. I'll tell you that much. But we make fun of everybody.
Oh yeah, and as myself, I'm a bisexual man. I don't care if you're a gay guy with your husband smoking weed and has your guns. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just don't put your religious or your views down my throat.
What I say, like, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I don't care if you identify as an Apache helicopter.
But the second you try to like enforce your lifestyle on someone else, it's just like that's like what like that's where the line is.
Yeah.
But like that aside and stuff. But yeah, no, like we're saying, yeah. I mean, but that's PA.
PA's boring as shit.
It's farms, a lot of nothing in woods, and then like a couple cities.
Yeah. So let me tell you, this rehab, which is called Pyramid in Duncansville, don't send anyone there. It's fucking terrible. It's a very, very structured settlement. Like, we had structured times to go out and smoke a cig.
Who's the overseer? Was his name Duncan?
No Duncan. No Duncan.
There was no Duncan.
No Duncan. No, it was some shot out bitch. I don't know. And also too, the craziest thing, you can work there, right?
That's one blowed out fucking.
Bro,
bitch.
you can work there if you're 90 days clean.
90 or 9?
90.
I was to say 9 days. It's like I didn't touch one single drug.
It's
for
not
9
even
days.
2 weeks. Double digits scare me.
I did not even a week and a half. I think I'm good to work.
Double digits stays scares me. But anyway,
I almost made 10.
Almost. Now I got a job. Anyway, so, but seriously, it was a shitty fucking establishment, dude. Like, we had, you gotta understand, this company makes so much fucking money because of the because of insurance to the state and everything. Like, it's if you want $1 million idea, just own a fucking rehab center. I mean it. You're gonna make bank. But it was very structured like a jail. Like, I was selling blue sugars for cigarettes. Like, they wanted blue because it's concentrated. I would sell them for cigarette rollies.
Oh.
It was, dude, let me tell you, I never been to the yard before in jail, but I basically was there.
I was there.
I got a 5-cigarette haircut there. It wasn't too half bad. I need a haircut, and this guy's like, which I didn't actually, I have his number, and I want to reach out. He's in Lancaster here. His name is Vinny. He's a Paisan. He's a fucking Italian, born and bred Italian. He's a Paisan of mine.
I would say if you want to envision Cole here, like he's a big huggable bear of a
Italian man.
Man.
My last name is Guarducci, which it took me a long time to even spell it. But anyway, this guy was.
And then on the other hand, I'm fucking Hitler's wet dream. So
basically, you were the Aryan's wet dream right here. But let me tell you, this guy.
Hey, it's 420 too. We're recording this on 420.
No shit, is it really?
Yeah, no, fucking blaze it, by the way.
Fucking blaze it. Have fun.
But also Hitler's birthday. Yay.
Woohoo! Left nut. Whatever. He had great paintings.
Yeah, dude. You know what?
You ever actually read Mein Kampf?
No.
I did.
Why would I read that, dude? Would I read that looking the way I look? Hell no.
It's actually
I would look sus.
As much as I hate to say this, I'm not trying to be sus here.
So he had some good points.
No, not good points. It was a really interesting read. I wouldn't say it was good or bad. It was interesting.
Well, see, my thing is just if he just painted it a little better, we would have had a different.
Maybe just not kill as many Jews. I don't know. You think he was a camper? 6 million to 1.
Jesus Christ.
But
aside,
no more tangent. But this, let me tell you, this rehab center was insane. It was very structured bad. I was most of the people from jail that went there for parole type shit. People were so surprised that this was my first rehab and my first psych ward experience in one go. And they're like, wait, this is your first rehab? Everyone said, I'm sorry to me, because a lot of rehabs are a lot nicer. You can have your cell phones. We couldn't have our cell phones. So,
dude, I'm surprised you didn't go to the one up in fucking.
I didn't get accepted at the time. They wanted me to get the fuck out right away.
Well, I was gonna say there's
Blueprint right here. There's Blueprint here in Lancaster.
Well, there's Blueprint here, but there's like a decent one up in fucking, what the fuck is it? Akron or some shit.
Probably.
It's or at least up that way. And honestly, because when we were working for Amazon, I delivered there a couple of
I know, you're right there.
Yeah, that fucking place got a lot of packages.
So basically, yeah, it sucked. But you know what? I would not change it for the world, because I didn't learn. I didn't really believe in the structure of the Christianity part. But you know what? I liked the stories you meet.
You know who didn't do drugs?
What?
Jesus.
He smoked weed, I think. I don't know.
He grew up for a reason, baby.
He brewed it.
He is risen to another plane of existence.
Yeah, he's somewhere, dude. That man, he can do 3-0 in fucking 3 days. Anyway, so I learned a lot from everyone else, you know, and people liked me just a sense of like, this was my, I did this all voluntarily. I volunteered myself to do this. Volunteered myself to get in here. But anyway,
I'm sorry, I keep fucking with you while you're trying to tell us.
Because I have these, I say things weird, man. I don't know. I have a very,
dude, I talk like a fucking moron.
I have a very strong PA accent.
Well, dude, I mean, cause like
I say crick, I say ginger rail.
Well, I say like, I know I talk like a normal Pennsylvanian myself for the most part, but I fall into like some southern drawl sometimes.
You get this because your parents.
Well, my mom specifically, like, you know, she's a, you know, like born and raised, like, you know, Texan, you know, fucking. There was no way I was gonna get away from saying y'all every now and then.
I pick up, you know, people pick up shit like that, but me, I'm born and bred here in Lancaster, which. I know people are like, it's Lancaster. Fuck off. It's Lancaster. It's how it is. Always how it will be, and I will die on this fucking soil.
I'll punch a man. No,
this is always home for me. But yeah, I have this weird because even when I was up in rehab, they didn't know where the fuck I was from.
Yeah. They
said my accent was weird. I'm like, what accent I have? They said, I just say I draw things out more. I'm like, bro, that's just how I fucking speak, man. I have a very dialect anyway. So I was there for 30 days. And I literally, so in the middle of the 30 days, I was able to have my phone. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta call my fucking buddy who I need to explain some shit. So I called you the time that you were saying right before work. I'm like, hey man, quick call.
So I'm okay. I'm gonna lay down everything that's happened.
I'm alive. I tried off of myself, and I was in a psych ward. Now I'm here now too. And you're like, just like, I'm going to work now.
Dude, fucking like, you know that one, like, it's like the one meme where it's like the dude who just looks like wrecked, tired. He has like a bright light in his face, like his eyes are squinting, his hair is all fucked up, and he's just like laying in bed like, like if that was me on this phone call going like, this is pretty heavy.
and I felt so bad, but
No, you're good. I was glad to know you're okay. Was the main.
Oh yeah,
thing,
and I explained, like, I was calling people who I need to call, and yeah, so I didn't have my phone for a month, and you would have two, so the phone call scheduling was bullshit. So anyway. It was just easier for me just to get through it and then just talk to you guys afterwards. But yeah, now I've been clean. I've been doing stuff sober, playing video games sober, which I haven't done in a very, very long time. I have a Twitch, Sunny Ducci. I'm going to plug myself in there. If you want to follow, please. I have a Sunny D bottle.
Follow, like, subscribe, maybe throw in a couple bucks. Like
help a brother out. But no, it's just, I want to do more. This is something, we're going to close this off here, but because we're about to hit an hour mark, and I want him to go to bed here.
Yeah.
But I just want to say here, I want to say thank you, whoever listens to this.
Yeah, especially if you listen to the whole thing. Congratulations, congratulations getting through our fucking shit, especially with the deviations, all that. Like, cause like very much so. This whole thing was like for you guys to like kind of get an idea
who we are,
get an idea who we are, and like we don't have like a set in stone thing of like what this podcast is supposed to be.
We're here to bullshit.
We're here to just talk about stuff. I mean, honestly, like if there's anybody out there listening or like or having a good time listening to us, if you guys want to like make a suggestion about what we talk about, like if it's a topic, a hobby, like whatever, like we're open to suggestions. Like we're also probably just gonna like talk and ramble about shit we like outside of that. But
and what's current, our opinions on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we could talk about a bunch of things. There's so many things now going on we could talk about, and please comment. I hope you like our chemistry. We hoping to do a YouTube thing going on with video games.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. We're still figuring out shit.
I was like, we're barely getting this fucking microphone to work. So
I just want to say thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for if you've made it this far. Like I said, congratulations. We are some bullshitters. There's a lot of deviations, but ultimately, like, thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us shit. Like taking an hour to listen. We appreciate it for sure.
Just know this: we're two dudes just trying to.
We're just vibing, man.
We're vibing, trying to have a good time, and we want people to listen.
Yeah, we do. I mean, like, hopefully it's entertaining to you guys. whoever might be listening.
Exactly.
But,
So he started out. I want to exit us out.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining the CampFiia, and I hope everyone has a blessed night. And whatever blessed means, just be safe. I hope you have a great night, and understand that us two are someone that you can. If you're dealing with shit, reach out, please, because we've both have, as I say it, we've lived a long life, but not long enough. And I mean that is that we're both 27. We lived a long 27 years of life, I think.
No,
but please,
we got a shoulder to cry on, or like just an ear to bend, whatever, man. Like we've seen a lot, we've been through a lot, and even if it's something like we can't relate to, we'll just be there to listen if you need. And we appreciate you. We're glad you're here, and we would be glad to continue having you here.
Yes, so please have a good and blessed night. Good night, everyone, at the CampFiia.
Fire.